We have an opportunity through FCA to really have an impact in our school systems. And that's what we want to do. It's all about introducing kids to Jesus and His great love for them.
So I started coming to FCA meetings when I was in 6th grade, but I never really listened to the message or anything like that. It was like, oh, an excuse to get out of class. But after I got saved, I just started hearing God speaking, literally His voice saying, you know what, why don't you put verses up around school? You know, someone's gonna need it. And so I started doing that, and someone came up to me and they were like, are you the ones putting the verses up on school? And I said, yeah. And they were like, you know, I read that and it really helped me. They were having mental issues. Once they saw that verse, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. They were like, well, I'm gonna go talk to someone. And they eventually went and talked to guidance about it, and they got help with it. And now they're better, and they started coming to FCA meetings, and they got a Bible.
The big thing that we're doing is keeping the simple message that God loves you, God has a plan for your life, and that trying to meet students where they're at.
My entire childhood was all a Christian childhood. I kind of grew up in church. My dad was the youth pastor at the church I went to. My mom was on the worship team. I would say I considered myself a Christian, but I didn't really live like a Christian. But what was a big eye-opener is when I was in 7th grade, I was 12, and I remember the night, I just woke up in the middle of the night and heard my parents crying and everything, and I woke up and asked why, and there were state troopers that came in, and they said that my brother had passed away in a car crash, and it was detrimental to my family. It was hard for us to continue doing what we were doing. But I remember the next day we went on, and then our first comment when we woke up was, God will get us through this. And that's how I've been living my life since then, is one step after another, living according to how God is gonna want me to live. I would say one thing that kind of helped me get through my life and helped me make sure that I was living how God would have me live was the verse 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let others think less of you because you are young, but be an example to all believers in what you say and the way you live, in your love, your faith, and in your purity. So I would say, think of that verse and think that it doesn't matter how old or young you are, you're always able to be used for God, and don't let others bring you down because of that.